Is this the Taurus reading? Taurus, this is your reading. I'm here for it. When a Taurus is really in their creative power, there is nothing that can stop them. They can create something out of nothing. For the Tauruses that can shapeshift, there's really nothing that can stop you. It's like you can be one thing one day and another the other. You know how to work with lots of different people. You understand the value of a dollar. You understand how to step back when you need to. You're very balanced. Whoever you are, you could, like maybe if you went to school, you studied the justice system or criminal justice or forensics, or that's just something that you do in your spare time. You have a lot of friends that are very wild, charismatic, and adventurous. I think you're probably the one that they have to grab by the collar and say, come on, let's go have fun, because you will work yourself sick. For some, some of you are going to not do that to yourself anymore. You're not going to do that to yourself anymore. All right. This is a mini Taurus. I'll do the deep dive here in a sec. I'm not ready. I'm going to need like a cup of coffee for that. You're getting over regrets. You're getting over resentments. You're getting over resentments. You're moving past the land of resentment. Which for some of you, for some of you, like cosmology wise, it would be like someone once called the world of Orion, Orion's star and those worlds, the lands of resentment, which I think is so appropriate. Like, don't ask me how I know, right? But it's, the world owes me something. I can't get over this anger. It's a being in this mentality of righteous anger where you just destroy everything around you. Like you turn into a hammer and everything looks like a nail, that sort of thing. You're moving away from that because it didn't get you what you want. Like, let's say you had a list of enemies and you were going to check them all off. You know what I mean? It's like if you were to do that at the end of the day, it doesn't bring your lost ones back. Like you end up just standing there feeling nothing, feeling empty, feeling nothing at all, no satisfaction, no joy. You've just degraded yourself in causing unnecessary destruction. So you're moving away from that. For some of you, you're like, I don't know anything about star systems or cosmology. What? Hold on. Wait. Okay. Capricorn. Virgo. You got a lot of earth in your chart here. You understand the earthly realm. So, something new that might be coming into your life that might make you feel uncomfortable is getting reunited with the idea that there was a time before, a life before, you weren't always this, and 1, 2, 3, 4. This is okay. This is a very specific message for somebody. If you are like, star system, where am I from? Well, we're all from all over. Depending on where we are in our in our in our thoughts, in our space, what we do. You do more evil, you become more evil. Right? You become a warmonger. you just end up becoming, a nuclear weapon, cold, hard, and destructive. For some of you, it's just coming to terms with your role in that situation that ended you up in that realm, because you know that where you're really from is true and light and pure and natural, and not just being stuck in someone else's hellscape or something, which I think you might have done there for a minute. And God, this is very specific, obviously. So you've moved away from there, and this is you learning how to self nurture again, besides the understanding money, how to work hard, how to save it and invest it right. There is this message of really focusing on you at your core, without any judgment, what makes you feel safe and comfortable. And for some of you, if it makes you feel unsafe, to think about maybe a past life or something that just makes you feel really uncomfortable, just know that the light at the end of the tunnel is kind of on the other side of that. For one of you, maybe you have freckles. You have freckles like on your arm or on your face. And what you don't realize is those freckles are exactly it's a constellation. Like you would be able to match the freckles up on your face or your arm with the ones in the sky, and that'll like tell you where you're from or where you came from before this, that um, resulted in you being here. It's not for everybody, obviously. So if you're like, God, I know I had a life before this, I know this isn't my home, or um, just curious, check out your freckles. Check out your freckles. You never know what you might find. Okay, that's for somebody. What about this? Whoa. Okay. It's allowing yourself to be receptive to new friendships at this time. Maybe before you were like no new friends. You couldn't trust anyone, or you were trying to figure out who your friends were, but you did that. You went through the hard, cold truth. And you did your mourning. It wasn't self-wallowing in pity. It was wrapping your head around the extensive destruction that happened in that situation, whatever it was, and I guess I'm keeping it vague. The extensive destruction there, and realizing that focusing on what you lost instead of what you still had standing left you cold, empty, and feeling nothing at all. In some cases, feeling nothing at all. But coming back into realignment with kind of your spirituality after this period of working hard, staying austere, and being very intellectual. This is a promise that something is coming in physically, in a tangible way, that will prove to you that you're on the right track. So I guess maybe for some of you, this reading is about wondering if you're even in the right place. Am I even doing the right thing? Is this all for nothing? No, it's not all for nothing. And you're about to see your ships come in. 3 of Wands is my favorite card. If you're in the creative arts, this is you like getting your first commission or something, starting to sell your work, or pushing through a creative block, and it makes you feel realigned again, back on your path. Getting away from that resentment was you balancing out your dark and your light, and you had to do that, and you have. So if you still feel a little cold, austere, alone, it's not saying stop working, it's saying enjoy the new friendships that come into your life at this time. If you're moving away from heartbreak or a relationship that left you devastated, it's moving away from feeling resentful about it. It's forgiving and moving on. It's like the block 'em and blessing thing. It's that. And it's meeting new friends. If that means being open to dating, it means being open to dating. Maybe you haven't been open for a very long time, but this is saying it's kind of safe to go out, to have a good time. So if you are that person where, um, like, you just can't meet new friends right now, this message is let your friends drag you out of work to have fun. Let them take you to the festival. Let them take you to, I don't know, like Chili's after work for a margarita. If, like, that's your idea of adventure, then that's what it is. Allow yourself to have fun this week. Okay, the time period would be whenever you find it convenient for me to say, but it seems to always work that way. So, whenever you find this in the next week, allow yourself to have fun with friends. Have a drink. Okay, if that's not the situation at all, it's be open to keeping your options open. Be a little more open sexually. Be a little bit more adventurous, maybe, than you might have been before, because it's going to reignite a fire in your soul and propel you forward even more. What am I talking about? Propel you forward for what? Hmm. It's like the idea that the way it always was is the way it's always going to be in the world around you. I think whoever you are, because this came out, you're not deluded about anything anymore. You will also, I think what this is telling me is there, um, hold on, I can talk, I swear to God. You will no longer indulge anyone else's delusions. That was what I was trying to say. You will no longer indulge anyone else's delusions around you, and that is like groundbreaking. It opens so many more doors that you never even realized correlated with that thing that you did to keep things calm and balanced in the world. Or it's just the situation where, Taurus, you don't like change all that much. Is that an understatement? But when you're right, and you understand that something has to give, something had to change, and if it's just you being a workaholic this week, and this is very mundane, it's have fun. You're on top of the world. You have integrated everything that you needed to. All the knowledge from before is lining. Look at, oh my God, the magician in the world. Look at that. With justice right smack dab in the middle. You know that if you do the right thing, everything will work out for you. There's nothing to fear. This is you on top of the world. This is success. This is a happy ending to a book in your life and a brand new beginning. Like, this is the first day of the rest of your life and assured success, because you can build something out of nothing. You've mastered your mind. You've mastered the earth. You know, it's the earth is Pentacles money. Let's just say that it's manifesting your dreams into reality. It's birthing your ideas through the world. It's learning how to, like we were saying with the funk, it's the funk is the notes, the space between the notes that can't be spoken of, the subtleties in life. You understand that now. Because you had a boots on the ground mentality, you understand how to birth things from your dreams into reality. Co-creating with the flow of the universe, the chi, you understand energy, how to give, how to take. You understand fire, you understand water, you've mastered your emotions. This is really incredible. So it's like moving from the world of darkness and resentment into a world of technicolor, of black and white to all the colors of the rainbow, of moving through all the spectrum of light that there is, so that you are your universe, your own harmony, your own symphony, all within you. The kingdom of heaven is within. And maybe for the first time, you are birthing your true, authentic self into the world from the ether, after walking around like maybe a I don't want to say a puppet or like like a clone, but it's like your enlightenment is remembering who you are and where you come from and really what you believe in. Not any of the darkness that you've made your way through. The sludge that you made yourself through is not you. That's not who you are. You are the king of the castle. You make the rules. You make the boundaries. You enforce them. And you've learned all of that. And now you win. Okay, if that's not it, you're completing a goal. Like you're completing a goal that you've been working on for a really long time. And that presents a door for you to walk through that is just love and money and abundance and security and safety. But more importantly, Taurus being in their creative power, which is the whole point. It's the whole point. But you had to cultivate this peace of mind first, an environment of peace of mind in your mind, a physical body that was healthy and strong. You know, you work out your mind is a muscle, you work out your physical muscles, you balance your energy and the flow and the working with the energy that moves through all things, the co-creating with that, the accepting ideas from the muses, writing them down, turning them into reality and succeeding and winning and the world is a better place for it. Right? If none of that is the case for some of you, you have an opportunity to move. Like this could be ending a chapter literally, physically, and the manifestation is you creating a new world that is safe and balanced and just. So maybe the place that you're in is not just, but there is a place for you. There is a place for you. And this could be you making that final decision to move. Maybe there's a friend that is like, "Oh, we're going to do this. Girl, you should come with us." Maybe you should. Maybe you should. But this is guaranteed success. The world. Really, you can't go wrong. Because you've mastered all those things. You know, oh, the singing bowl. If you don't have one, get yourself a singing bowl and incorporate that into your meditation every day because it forces you to be patient, which you don't have a problem with. But when it comes to, I should be working, everything else seems like you're wasting time. Meditation is not. You'll make time. It's important. The thing with the singing bowl is if I'm in a bad mood, you can't really make it sing in a lovely way. It's clingy, it's clanging, it's whatever, or it won't make a sound at all. It forces you to stay grounded, to get your energy right. You have to be breathing correctly, forces you to breathe correctly. You know, you get that diaphragm straight, your spine upright, your feet planted in the dirt, and that's when it really starts to sing. You know, any child can grab a singing bowl and whack it and make a lot of noise. So this is a metaphor for where you are in your life right now. If you need to get a singing bowl to remind you of that every day, that's kind of what I use it for. It's definitely a tool, but you don't need that. You know, it's another magic feather. But you're harmonizing your life right now. You're balancing everything. Everything's in perfect balance for you to start this new chapter in your life or start this new creation or just knock this out of the park, whatever this idea or invention is. Now's the time. Now's the time. But now's the time also involves self-love and self-care, which means, what does that even mean? It means taking time out of your every single day life to do something that you enjoy, that's just for you. Or at least at the end of the week, you go out one day and have fun. If you are partnered up, you go out on a date. You know, maybe you invite people over for poker and drinks. if you can't go out and it's like a pandemic situation. Whatever it is, you need to incorporate fun, enjoyment, and adventure into your life, whether it be sexually or just a community situation. But allow your friends to drag you out of work for fun. That's part of your new self care routine. It's very important right now. And if you think, well, no, I've got all these ideas, I have to be working right now. If you're the kind of person where you just work, and then you rest, go ahead and do that. But make sure that after, if you're like, when I'm writing music, I write music for a week and I don't talk to anybody. I'm not going to don't stop in the middle of writing or creating or making music. That's not what I mean. I mean, create boundaries for yourself so that when you're done with like that 48-hour purge, for some of you, whatever it is, you need to step out into the sunshine and go meet up and get out of your head and out of that little world in your own vortex, because you don't want to get stuck, with your head up your own butt. For some of you, that's not for everybody. Don't get mad at me. But you need to remove yourself from that creative wonderland after it's like, you run a marathon. You don't stop in the middle of the marathon, but at the end of the marathon, you recover. You give yourself a week to have fun, go on vacation, um, recharge your battery. Okay, you recharge your battery. So that's what you need to promise to yourself. Really, you've done all the hard work. So your advice now is have fun, be willing to work with new people. You might not all have the same goal in mind, but if you're on the same page and you make sure you're on the same page with the people you work with, you will have no problems. So don't worry about any conflict coming up. It's not even going to be an issue. This is a week for creativity. Keep going with that, with fun, with being out in the sun. Or if it's a time to start dating again, put yourself out there. Get pretty, get a new haircut, get your nails did, go meet somebody new, and then follow through when you see someone interesting. When you see someone, like if you have a crush on someone, cute. Follow through. Get their number. Be adventurous. You never know what might happen. But this is guaranteed success here, really. Okay. Stay focused. Stay focused. This is bringing your dreams into reality, and you have everything you need to do that. So just a reminder there. All right, I guess this was just a very general Taurus reading here, but you're in your creative power. So be open to ideas, write them all down. Be open to adventure too after you've ran whatever marathon you had to run. And I'll see you in the long form Taurus reading, which I'm doing later today. Promise. Been meaning to do it, but allergies. Anyway, at this point, the bottom line here is it came back up again. Keep yourself grounded and be open also to memories of past lives or past worlds. And if you're really wondering, where are you from? What star system or world can you connect with that will make you feel more grounded or at home or not alone? Find your freckles and then match them up with one of the constellations, and that's a clue for somebody. And that's going to open up a whole new door for you and an expansive way of seeing yourself, which will aid in this creative endeavor that you're about to knock out of the park. Okay? So no worries. And if you've been feeling dull, you're about to get that energy back, your mojo back, and your confidence. So lots of new opportunities to do lots of new things. Awesome time for you, Taurus. And I will see you for the long form Taurus video. We'll touch on like all sorts of different aspects of your life, and that should be coming up next. But this is all good. This is all good. This is like your homework assignment is, to have fun and keep going and really focus on your creativity at this time, okay? All right, I'm going to leave it there. This was random specific. I don't know. This is for Taurus, though. But I love you guys. Stay strong. You've gone through the hardest part early, so don't give up now. See you for the next one, okay? Bye-bye.